The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Andrea Sada. I'm a senior sales engineer with Zebra Technologies. And today I'll be presenting on Zebra's essential product range. Let's get into it. The Zebra essential product range is all about providing our partners and customers with a affordable option across our product line that simply just works. So we see this popping up quite regularly in many places in the world where customers are looking to digitize their workflows and invest in technology to assist them in driving their businesses, but really looking for a low budget device or product, and we very often hear this term, yeah, what I bought is kind of good enough. But the question is good enough really good enough? What are the risks in taking an approach like that? So the customers are after some basic functionality. The real risks of looking at some of these really low budget solutions that are available from all kinds of manufacturers are numerous. Starting with sluggish app performance. Not all devices are built equal, so it's highly likely that if you buy into a really cheap product, you most likely would be disappointed with the performance. Many of those products don't have the data capture technologies that are required to drive these business workflows, so they have an inability to capture the required data. Inaccuracy or an increase of errors when you've got a platform that's not really suited for the environment, which leads to loss of productivity from frequent device failure. We've shown this over a number of years that the return on investment on some of these really entry-level products is not that great. Unexpected battery failure, Wi-Fi interruptions is another thing that we hear very often when customers buy the cheapest, product that they can find, and that ties quite closely into high security risk, which I'll chat about in a minute. Interruptions lead to costly troubleshooting, which basically negates the whole prospect of utilizing technology to drive productivity. Perhaps the most serious risk that you face when offering your customer a good enough device of questionable quality is a high security risk. We've had in our labs a number of these products where our engineers have subjected them to the same kind of tests that we do on our products. These are industry standard tests that test the product in terms of security. Basically, what happens when you first switch one of these devices on and connect it to the internet? What's happening to the data and to your information that you're placing on that device? We found in a number of tests on some very popular products that are sold, some of them in this country, that these devices just push information all over the show. The worst one we found was a product that on connection to the internet sent data from that device to 32 different countries around the world, which is really not a good proposition when you're selling into a business. You're exposing your customer to a huge amount of risk, and when those instances become known and exposed, your customer is going to come to you to say, well, what about this? Why did you sell me this product, exposing me to these risks? So this is probably the most important risk or factor that puts you at risk when you look at these sorts of products. And then many other capabilities that are lacking in these devices. Time-intensive device management. If the platform doesn't have a inherent built-in software capability for you to remote manage the product, it costs a lot of money to then manage those devices in the customer's environment. Inability to find misplaced devices. So how does Zebra's products differ? Our business essential product portfolio is built on Zebra's DNA, which you'll find in all of our products, all the way through the enterprise to the high performance product portfolios. We share that same DNA with the essential product set. We don't compromise on security at all. Specifically on security, we don't compromise. Much of the DNA software that's in all of our other products also exists in the business essential products. We ensure that we retain the pieces of value add software that are key to successfully driving a essential product in a customer environment, in a business environment. We also don't compromise on ruggedness of the product, and we still leave in the product some adaptability for the customer to expand on what he's getting with the product. Businesses change over time. Customers' workflows and business needs evolve, and you need to provide them with a product that has some scope to evolve with those changing business needs. So that's some of the key differentiators between why you should look at a Zebra essential product as opposed to any of these brands that come from a variety of different sources, a lot of them out of the Far East. So this is just a quick snapshot of what the essential product line looks like. We've been selling these products into the market for some time now, so we've got a proven reliability in the field. The products are still made for rugged environments, despite the fact that they're in our essential range, which lead to fewer repairs and less maintenance. Our software tools still provide methods for customers to do effortless setup. And as mentioned, there is scope in many of these products to upgrade them, to increase the capability as a customer's needs evolve over time. The embedded software to simplify everybody's job. We have Zebra DNA in the scanners, in the mobile computers, and in the printers. These products are suitable for all of the different business verticals which Zebra typically addresses in the marketplace: retail, transportation, logistics, manufacturing, healthcare, field mobility and utilities, hospitality, and then of course government as well. This next series of slides just drill down into these different verticals. I'm not going to read through every single one of these. I'll leave these slides up for you just to peruse and run your eye over the list. These are the typical sorts of applications that you can offer your customer with a essential product range in the retail space. By the way, these slides will be available from your contacts and your account managers at Rectron. The deck has been made available to them, so you'll be able to access this and read through this at your leisure. Typical ones are price check. On some of these products, we can expand the ability of the product to create mobile point of sale. Inventory is a common one. Picking and packing is another common one in the back store of a retail establishment. So yeah, pretty much every single use case on this slide, you will be able to apply the essential product range to provide the customer with a solution. Likewise, if you look at transportation and logistics, all of these common ones, the most common: pick and pack, sorting and loading, printing of shipping labels, inventory receiving, inventory management, proof of delivery once the product leaves the warehouse to be delivered to customers, businesses, or end users. So yeah, a wide variety of solutions that are addressable by this product range. Likewise, in manufacturing, we can address many of these use cases listed here on the screen. You'll see as you look at different verticals, you typically find different sorts of workflows that are required in these different environments, and we can address all of these. Likewise, healthcare. We have a specific set of products within Zebra that are designed for healthcare, particularly for clinical environments. There are few of them that exist in the essentials product range. We'll take a look at those in a short while. And again, we can address all of these workflows in a hospital, in laboratories, anywhere where one needs to manage the product in terms of disinfecting the product from a health perspective. Continuing on, field service and utilities. Again, this is where we go outside the four walls and look at solutions for users that are mobile out in the field. And we certainly have a number of products in the essential product range, which I'll highlight in the next coming slides, that are suitable for this environment. Hospitality industry, a lot of use cases that you can look at to provide solutions for your customers in this space. And then finally, government, the one none of us like, e-citation. Fortunately, reality, we are in fact providing devices to local government for them to manage mobile e-citation solutions in the country. So to start off with, in our essential product range, we have a number of our mobile computers. Despite the fact that they're in our essential range, there's no compromise in terms of performance of these products. They still enjoy powerful processing running on Android, very similar to the more sophisticated products in the rest of our product portfolio. So you don't need to be concerned about plugging a device in that's going to underperform for your customer. So we can show how you can eliminate training time with the software tools that we provide, how to keep the enterprise connected. This speaks to our enterprise grade radios in terms of fusion drivers for Wi-Fi and the cellular connectivity in those products that have cellular. The products are still built, despite the fact that they're in the essential range, to an enterprise grade, so that you don't need to be concerned that the product's just going to fall to pieces the first time a customer drops the thing. You can accept mobile payments and a lot more by virtue of the fact that we're running Android, and we still provide hooks into many of the solutions that Zebra offers. So many of these solutions can still be run on an essential grade product. Gain the advantage of built-in software. All of our products have Zebra DNA built into them, and we'll touch a little on what some of those features are in the upcoming slides. And of course, these products are still designed with our design DNA to make sure that they are ergonomically designed and suitable for the customer's use case. So the first product we're just going to take a little bit of a deeper look into is the MC22 and the MC27 range. The MC22 is a Wi-Fi only device running on Android with a built-in scanner. It's got a built-in keyboard. The MC27 enjoys all of those features. However, here we add a 4G cellular connection, so you can take the device and employ it in workflows like field service, anywhere where you need external connectivity to your cellular network. The product's 20% lighter than many of the competitive devices. Fits very well in the hand. It's nicely sculpted. It's balanced. As mentioned, and as you can see in the image, it's got a ergonomic keyboard for data entry. You have the option to attach a trigger handle. So if you do find yourself with a workflow occasionally where it's a scan intensive operation, you can simply just clip the keyboard to the device and turn it into a pistol grip form factor. Alternatively, without the pistol grip handle, it offers one-handed data entry via the keypad and the touchscreen. And as mentioned, it's a Wi-Fi and cellular device. It has the ability to go all the way up to, I believe we are up to Android 13 already on this particular product. And here are some of the use cases listed on the left where this particular product is applicable. The next product in the product line, in the essential product lines, the TC21 and the TC26. Again, like the MC22, the TC21 is a Wi-Fi only product. Or the Wi-Fi only product also has Bluetooth, whereas the TC26 has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. It's also got a 4G cellular modem, GPS. All of the products have NFC built into them, running Android. It's a 5-inch high definition display that's bright, can work outdoors in sunlight. It's a lightweight product. We sell an awful amount of these. Handles dust and immersion into liquids, drops to concrete and environmental and tough environmental conditions, despite the fact that it's an essential only product. It's powerful enough to run most demanding applications. This product's also quite extensible in the sense that out of the box, when you purchase a 21 or a 26, it'll have Zebra Mobility DNA software suite built into the product, which ensures all of the key essential features that we mentioned earlier. The wireless communication has all of the security features for enterprise-grade connectivity. We've got data wedge on the product to ensure sophisticated data capture through the barcode scanners, or the barcode scan on the product, or capture of data via the cameras on the product. Should your customer's workflow evolve over time, you can uplift the Mobility DNA suite on a TC21 or a TC26 to include all of the sophisticated features that are included in our enterprise and performance product portfolio. In other words, with a small license fee I can add optical character recognition to this product to do things like reading of license plates. I can read VIN numbers, I can read tire numbers. We can read travel documents like passports, ID documents. I can scan documents up to A4 page documents. I can digitize those. So there's a rich suite of software that you can enable simply by applying an additional license, which gives you a forward growth path for a customer that might have an evolving use case in their business. In addition, we can extend this product through things like the RFD40 RFID sled. So I can attach a TC21 or a TC26 and provide the ability for a customer to then evolve his business where they may want to start utilizing technologies like RFID. So an essential product, but quite extensible in the capabilities to morph the product to do different things. We can, for instance, attach Bluetooth scanners or ring scanners to this product and turn it into a wearable solution for customers that are doing fine picking in a warehouse. You might evolve to a use case where you're doing e-commerce and you need high-speed picking with hands-free capability for the users. TC21 or a 26 will fit perfectly in those environments. So yeah, lots of use cases, both in retail, light manufacturing, hospitality, field service, postal and courier, merchandising, and many more. Excuse me. The next product I want to highlight in the essential range is the TC15. We recently launched the TC15 as a newer generation product for really entry-level solutions where the customer quite simply just needs the basics. And they're quite certain that they're not ever going to expand to a more sophisticated requirement or use case or need. So given that the product launched after the TC26, it actually enjoys a couple of features that we find in some of our newer products, namely a 6.5-inch display, which is very bright, very good display on this product, works both indoors and outdoors. This particular product is a cellular device with a 5G modem in them. Also has Wi-Fi built into the product, built-in barcode scanners, so it can do all of the basic data capture functionality. Optimized weight distribution and ergonomics. It's a very slim, nicely designed product, but with both front and rear cameras. It's an essential product in the sense that it doesn't have all of the fancy cradles. We don't have the adapters to convert the device to become an RFID unit. So this is for a customer who's absolutely certain he just needs a basic device with a cable that I can connect to connect the device to a host system and transfer data, and some simple charging accessories to allow me to charge the device. It's a powerful device. It still functions equally, can run all of the typical applications that you could run on a TC21 or a 26. It just doesn't enjoy all of the available accessories that one would find on a TC21 or 26. And again, it'll fit into practically all of these use cases that we've been talking about today. The next product in the essential range is the EC50 and the EC55. In essence, it's a slimline product which easily fits in the pocket of the user. It's got a 5-inch display, very similar to a TC21 or 26. The key thing here is it's quite simply just a slimline product aimed at certain users in an organization. Think of a manager of a warehouse. He's not necessarily going to want to walk around with a TC21 or a TC26 in his pocket. This device, despite the fact that it's got a barcode scanner in it and enjoys all of the voice capabilities, push to talk, which all of the other products have, it's a lot slimmer. It looks a lot more like a smartphone. Particular use cases in an enterprise environment are well suited to this sort of product. Once again, the EC50 is a Wi-Fi only product. EC55, like the TC26, is Wi-Fi and cellular. Also runs Android, just like the TC1 or TC21 and 26. The next product in the essential range is our new ET40 and ET45 tablet. Zebra's got a wide portfolio of tablets. We introduced the ET40 and the ET45 as a product that's a lot more comparable to many of the products that are popular with a lot of customers out there, customers that love iPads, a consumer type device. So we've created this product to look like a consumer device, but retain all of the enterprise rugged capabilities and security and feature sets we've been talking about. So ET40 is a Wi-Fi only device running Wi-Fi 6, and the ET45 is a Wi-Fi 6 device, and we add in a 5G modem to the product. It's available in an 8-inch or a 10-inch model. It's the thinnest and lightest tablet in Zebra's product portfolio. Each product comes with an integrated scanner. The 2 scan options, a standard range 2D imager, and we also have a long range engine which can be selected if you have a longer scanning rate requirement for your customer's workload. We have a wide range of accessories available for the product, starting out with a rugged boot, which you can add to the product just to provide some protection, keep the product looking clean and fresh, so that it doesn't, get all the typical nicks and bumps that happen during day-to-day workflows. We can extend the product with a secondary battery, which is mounted to the back of the tablet, which provides long operational cycles by virtue of the fact that we can plug in a secondary battery, which is hot swappable. We have vehicle mounts for this tablet to mount it to forklifts, to vehicles, so you can mobilize the tablet. We can attach payment modules to this tablet, proper payment modules, so that you could turn the thing into a mobile point of sale. We have Workstation Connect cradles. These are special cradles that allow you to dock this tablet and attach it to a secondary large display, keyboard and a mouse, and turn it into a workstation. We have workstation cradles that are specifically designed to turn the tablet into a point of sale solution. You can plug in cash drawers, external scanners, keyboard, mouse, external screen, and create a fully capable point of sale solution. So a very, very capable tablet, despite the fact that it's in our essential range. It also enjoys all of the software capabilities we've spoken about earlier, the Zebra Mobility DNA. Again, extensible to the full suite by applying licenses if the customer requires some of the more sophisticated capabilities in the software. Moving on to the scanner product portfolio. Essential product range is a set of devices that are simple to use. Just plug them in and go. The first of the products in the essential range is one of our older products, but it still enjoys sales all around the world, despite the fact that most enterprises are transitioning to two-dimensional barcodes for many workflows. There's still a substantial amount of 1D barcodes out there, and surprisingly, a lot of customers still buy the LS1203, which is our smallest entry-level scanning device. It's a corded-only product, so you can plug it into a host system via USB cable. Provides bidirectional scanning via laser scan engine. It has good performance on 1D paper labels. It's a simple form factor, easy to use, point, press the button and scan. It's ideal for small retailers. One of the key value propositions of this product is, unlike many of the other cheap scanners that are out there, it's got a patented single board construction for unmatched reliability. Well, what do we mean by that? Many of the products out there that are really low cost consist of a number of different circuit boards. When you open up the device, you'll see you'll have a number of different interface board, a scan engine, maybe a decoder board, and all of those are interconnected with a cable or a ribbon cable. And all of those are points of failure when the scanner drops and it gets knocked. Those ribbon connectors pull out or they tear and they break, and then the scanner fails. There are no ribbon cables in this product. It's a single board with all of the components on one circuit board and one connection to the cable. So highly reliable product. We do still sell a lot of them through Rectron. Locally, I think a couple of thousand a year, if I'm not mistaken. One product that's slightly newer than the 1203 is the LS2208. This is also a corded laser scanner. Can operate handheld or hands-free. Hands-free, you pop the scanner into a presentation cradle, which you can acquire as a additional peripheral purchase, and it will then turn the device into a presentation scanner. Great performance on 1D paper labels. It's ergonomic, it's lightweight. Again, this product has a single circuit board for high reliability. We also still sell a lot of these. Note that these devices, by virtue of the fact that they're laser scanners, can scan one-dimensional barcodes only. Cannot scan 2D. So if you're offering a product to a new customer, you need to be fairly certain that the customer doesn't have 2D barcodes in their workflow or in their business, and that they have no plans in the immediate future to transition to any 2D barcodes. The next product in the essential scanning product line is the Ally 2208. So like the LS is laser, Ally is linear imager. Linear imager also scans one-dimensional barcodes. It's a high-performance 1D barcode scanner. It's solid state. Has that same patented single circuit board we've discussed with the previous products. Has extremely good working range. In other words, for any given barcode, we'll probably scan further with this device than we will on the LS2208 or the LS1203 and many other competitors. one of the key differentiators here is the Ally uses a linear imager technology, and it affords you the ability to scan one-dimensional barcodes off of displays. So why would that be important? Particularly in retail, many retailers offer their customers digital coupons. So if you have a digital coupon on a cell phone or a smartphone or on a laptop or any screen, we're able to read that barcode straight off the display with a linear imager. Cannot do that with a laser scanner. So that is a differentiator which is worth keeping in mind when you're making a decision in assisting your customer to select a product if they're looking for 1D scanning only. And then moving on to the DS range. The DS is our digital scanner range. This is probably the most popular scanner in our entire product portfolio. Sits in the essential range. DS2208 is a corded scanner, typically connects to the host system via USB, although we do support other interfaces as well. If there are any questions around interface, reach out to your sales team at Rectron, and if they don't know, they'll engage Zebra's assistants to help you to acquire the right cables to provide the required connectivity. And then, of course, we do also have the DS2278 cordless scanner. So the scanner has a base station which connects to the host system via USB and affords you Bluetooth connectivity to give you a cordless experience. Really high performance scanner, despite the fact that it's in our essential range. They fast, they just scan everything, they just work. You have flexible charging options with a presentation cradle, which is the picture you see on the right. The scanner can also be charged with a micro USB cable if your customer needs to charge the device and he doesn't want to cradle them. They're really easy to use, deploy, and manage. All of our scanners are managed through a software utility called 123Scan, which is free. You can download it off our tech support website, and it allows you the ability to plug a scanner into a laptop or host system and configure the scanner via the software. Extremely powerful piece of software. It allows also remote management of the scanners for bigger customers, but typically the essential range you're going to be selling into smaller customer bases where it might just be a mom and pop shop, you know, with 1 or 2 stores. Nonetheless, the capability exists in the software for sophisticated management of the scanners. This scanner will practically fit into just about any use case, but most typical are retail. We see them a lot in transportation, logistics, in the warehouses, you know, driving various workflows in the warehouse, light manufacturing, and also quite popular in government. The next product in the range is practically identical to the DS2208 and the 2278 we've just discussed. However, this is the healthcare variant of this product. So you'll notice that the products look different. They got a white color to the body with blue accents, which identify them as a healthcare product. It's not just a case of identification. The products are actually manufactured with a lot of research around the materials that we use to manufacture the product. And this is to facilitate cleaning and sanitizing of the product. It allows a hospital to use all of the long list of chemicals that they use to disinfect and sanitize in a clinical environment. And these products have been designed to withstand those chemicals. If you were to apply those chemicals to a non-healthcare product, chances are many of those chemicals will start impacting the plastics and damage the product. The products do also have some additional software built into them specifically to cater for the type of environment. So there are things like do not disturb mode. And this is all about setting up the scanner so that the nursing staff can scan barcodes on a patient wristband in the middle of the night while the patient's asleep without generating scan beeps and noises that might disturb the patient. So we have a whole host of different modes that can be programmed into the scanner to specifically facilitate use in a clinical environment. Available both in a corded and a cordless model, and like the standard product set, first time scanning every time. It's a really, really high performance scanner. The cordless variant offers full ship battery power. This thing will scan for a long, long time. They're really easy to use, deploy, and manage through the 123 scan software utilities. And of course, this is specifically aimed at healthcare. We also do see them being deployed in things like laboratories, where they testing medical samples, etc. So don't forget that use case. Moving on to the printers that are in our essential product portfolio. This is really about providing the customer with a affordable product that still retains Zebra's long legacy of high performance printing, continuous printing, relentless performance. We offer a number of multiple configurations in this printer. They're designed like all of our other printers in our product portfolio to facilitate simple loading and unloading of media. And we also pay very, very close attention to printer security. A lot of folks forget or don't connect the dots when it comes to printers in an enterprise environment. If your printer's connected via a wireless network or via an Ethernet network, it is a vector into your enterprise network, which a hacker can use to gain access. So we, like all of our other products, paid extremely close attention to the software which runs on our printers, which allow us to employ tools to assist customers in locking down and securing the communications and connectivity to these printers to mitigate the security risks. All of these products run a Zebra specific operating system called LinkOS, which allows us to run print DNA tools that give us the ability to provide these features and functions. So the first set of printers in the essential range are the ZE220 and the ZE230 printer. Despite the fact that it's an essential range printer, it still enjoys the high quality construction that many of our customers are used to from Zebra printers, which provides a long life cycle for the product. The product's really easy to install and begin printing quickly, no complex setup. It provides value at the point of purchase and across the entire life cycle of the product. It's a simplified user interface. Customers have made a selection to obviously try and derive some cost out of their processes, so they're quite happy to utilize legacy UIs and user interfaces to interact with the printers. It's a simple LED interface which provides feedback to the operator on the status and what's going on with the printer. The product's available in both direct thermal and thermal transfer models. And it's applicable in many of these use cases. We see them a lot in retail, transportation, logistics, light manufacturing, and they're also deployed in healthcare. Moving on to the ZT111. This is the most basic tabletop or industrial printer in our product range. It's built to last with durable construction. It's got an intuitive interface with 5 LED icons that allow you to check the status of the printer. It provides guide paths for speedy media loading. So when the customer goes to load ribbon and media, we provide a clear guidance as to how to load the media. It's a compact design. It's available in a 203 and a 300 dpi print resolution for customers that do require slightly higher print resolution for some of their workflows. It's a 10 inch per second printer at 203 dpi, and again, very easy to set up. We provide printer configuration tools that'll run on a host PC, but we also have the same setup available to run on a smartphone. So you can go to the Google Play Store or to the Apple Play Store, and you can go and install an app called Printer Setup Utility, which allows a user to quite simply use the tap and pair functionality that's in all of our printers to make a connection via the NFC tag in the printer, which connects the mobile phone to the printer via Bluetooth low energy connection, and then provides the user the ability to configure the printer. You can set up the print speeds, the connectivity, you can set up all of the print quality. But in addition, we also provide a means to do a security assessment on the printer to look at what ports are open on the printer, and that utility will generate a report, and it'll even give you the commands that you can then take to your IT team or to the customer's IT team and say, this is what's open on the printer, what do you want to do? And they can then elect to shut certain things down to improve the security on the network for the printer, and by simply just taking those commands, putting them in a text file and sending them via the phone or via the network back to the printer, we can then lock the printer down and provide the necessary security. That's pretty unique to Zebra. I don't believe anybody else has got a tool like that in the industry at the moment. Moving one up for a customer that wants a slightly more, a vastly more intuitive user interface, they may want to invest in a ZT231, which is still part of our essential product range. This printer is even more durable. It's an all metal construction. Yeah, the difference is this ZT231 has a 4.3 inch full color LCD touch display or screen that provides a graphical user interface to the user, which is a lot more intuitive. We run wizards in the software on the printer that will guide the customer through the process of getting the printer working. If anything goes wrong on the printer, if it runs out of media, if any error state occurs, it'll report that on the display, and it'll also provide the customer through the touch menus the steps that are required to resolve the issue. So it's a lot more intuitive to use the product, a lot easier to use. Again, we've got guided paths for speedy media loading. seamless integration into existing fleets, the mobility, the print DNA software includes things like print emulations. So if you're integrating this printer into a existing fleet of printers that might be from another vendor or another manufacturer, you can quite simply just switch the emulation on for the other printer make or model, and we'll seamlessly integrate the Zebra printer without having to change any code or any programming on the customer's end. It'll just simply emulate the other print and continue providing good quality labels. And again, unmatched security by virtue of the print DNA software and the tools that I just discussed for the previous ZT111. So really high performance printer, available in 203 DPI or 300 DPI. This particular printer can be upgraded or purchased up front with an RFID encoder in it. So should your customer evolve over time and evolve to a need to utilize RFID technology in their workflow, we can upgrade their printers in the field to facilitate that new requirement. Moving on to the mobile printers, the ZQ210 and the ZQ220 Plus. Versatile little printer, lightweight, easy to use, affordable printing with quality only Zebra can deliver. It's a good quality printer despite the fact that it's really basic in its feature set. This is for a customer who just needs to print a receipt or a small label occasionally. One of the unique features on the ZE210 is it can support linerless printing, which is becoming a more popular requirement with many customers, particularly as customers look at going green in their environment. We can eliminate the liner requirement, thus eliminating waste and materials that wind up in a landfill at some point in time. The 210 and 220 are direct thermal only printers, of course, and they do have a user replaceable battery. Then finally, the ZC100 is our card printer, which sits in the essential product range, designed to work right out of the box without any time-consuming or complicated setup. Instantly adjust to the thickness of the card you're using. So quite simply, you plug the device in, load the driver. The printer will guide you through that whole load process, install cards, open up the top of the printer, drop the ribbon cartridge in, close the top of the lid, power the printer up, and you're ready to go. It's as simple as that. As mentioned, the ribbon is a cartridge-based ribbon, so easy to swap and change. ZC100 can be configured with some basic encoding options to encode smart card, magnetic stripe. It can be a single or a dual-sided printer, depending on the model that you select, but a really easy card printer to set up and use. Typical use cases in retail, hospitality, or loyalty card printing, in many other workflows, printing of ID cards. And there's a surprising amount of customers out there that require these sorts of loyalty cards or ID cards. And now with a ZC100, it's very quick and simple to generate those sort of documents. This slide just speaks to print DNA. In fact, all of the products that we've discussed today on this webinar have a Zebra DNA component. We have mobility DNA, scan DNA, and in the printers also print DNA. They all address these 5 key functions, tools to help a customer integrate. Now, in the case of the printers, if a developer's developing a solution, there are software tools that allow them to integrate the printers into their applications. The secure piece I've kind of touched on already. We have the printer configuration tools, and on the smartphone version of the product, and in fact on the laptop, we can also run the security tools to help you secure and lock the printer down. We have software available to help a customer deploy and manage the printers, and many tools to streamline workers' tasks. One of the optimization tools which comes to mind is PDF Direct. Many customers utilize printers in a ERP solution like SAP as an example, where they generate documents that are PDF in a PDF form factor. And to print a label in the scenario where the document's PDF, in many instances you need a piece of middleware software that translates that PDF document into a printer command language which the printer can understand to generate the label. In Zebra's case, you don't need that middleware. You can quite simply go into this printer setup and enable PDF Direct and send the print job straight from SAP or Oracle or one of the other ERPs that utilize PDF document form factors. And quite simply, the printer will interpret the PDF and print the thing direct. So there's a lot of tools that are available. Many essential customers won't necessarily need all these tools by virtue of the fact that they've got a simple use case and a simple requirement. But as mentioned previously, customers' use cases evolve over time, and the fact that all of this is in the essential product line allows the product to grow with your customer and afford him a forward path to achieve more with the investment that they made in the essential or the upfront purchase. Many of the products we've discussed today, in fact, all the mobile products are water resistant, dust proof, all enjoy resistant enterprise grade drop specs. So we've taken care of the environmental aspects of the product to make sure that it does survive in an enterprise environment, despite the fact that it's a essential product at a lower price point. We pay specific attention to power products for a full work shift. It's pointless having an essential range product that can't make it through the workflow of the day. So everything that we do, we make sure it has the same power management and battery life capabilities of our similar to the rest of the products in our extended product portfolio. Batteries can be swapped in the field on all of the products. So you won't find any of these products in the essential range with a battery that has to be replaced by sending a product into a repair facility for somebody to break the device open and replace the battery. Everything can be changed in the field. Again, if we look at the printers and the mobile computers, easy pairing. If I need to connect a scanner or a mobile computer to one of our printers, we have tap and pair by quite simply just holding the mobile device to the icon on the printer where the NFC tag sits. We'll automatically facilitate connectivity to the printer to facilitate configuration and printer management. Products, faster charge. All of them have Zebra scan engines in them. All of the mobile computers, all of the scanners. So you'll enjoy unsurpassed scanning range and performance. By virtue of the software in Data Wedge on the mobile computers and the 123 scan software setup utilities for the corded and cordless scanners, you can automate scanning of and population of data in applications by programming the way the scanner functions and works. So there's a rich set of configurations and that are available to the customer. So despite the fact that it's an essential range product, from a data capture perspective, they perform just as equally as the extended products in the full product range. Some of the unique things that we do on the mobile computers and also available in the corded and cordless scanners is multi-code decoding. So if you have a customer with a product that has a number of labels, shipment of cell phones comes to mind. You might get a carton of product coming into a warehouse that has 50 or possibly even 100 items in the carton, and each of the serial numbers or IMEI numbers for, in the case of cell phones, exist on a label on the outside of the carton. We could set our products up with a single scan, single press of the button. I can capture from 20 and on the mobile computers up to 100 barcodes in a single trigger pull. All available through setup in the product, and this is the value of the Zebra DNA software that's baked into all of our products. Configure thousands of devices, one scan of a barcode. So again, with the Zebra DNA on our mobile products, mobile computers, they all have the ability to be configured via a setup utility which is free and available to customers to set up a scanner, and by simply scanning a single barcode, you'll configure all of the required parameters to get the product up and running in your customer's environment. That utility is called Stage now, and it is totally free. You can pull it off our support webpage, load it on a laptop, and through a series of wizards, you can create a configuration for your customer and create a deployment which will generate some barcodes. There's a Stage Now client on every single one of these essential mobile computers that allows you to scan the code and automatically configure the device. They will all, of course, work with the industry standard mobile device management platforms that are out there that are third party, the likes of SOTI, AirWatch, 42 Gears, Intune. There are many, many other players out there that provide endpoint management software. They all conform to, mostly conform to standards developed by Google for Android-based operating systems. Our products will work with pretty much all of those MDMs. So we can provide centralized remote management. We can update firmware on the device. The software tools flatten the learning curve for simple user experience. The quality and build of the products eliminate unnecessary repairs and trips to repair depots, thus improving productivity. We kind of discussed the ability of many of these products to be extended with additional capabilities. So as demands in industry change, your customer can adapt the product that he's purchased to address some of those needs. All of these products have a multi-year life cycle of support, which is much longer than the rudimentary brands. This tech, they're talking about 2+2 years for the TC15. The TC15, by the way, is actually just increased to 3+3. All of the other products, mobile products, have a 3+3 life cycle, which means they're available for sale for 3 years, and we provide tech support and firmware updates for a further 3 years. Just lastly, just want to discuss probably the most valuable tool in the Zebra DNA portfolio is a thing called Lifeguard. What Lifeguard is our ability to support your customer, to provide operating system updates as and when they occur. So a product may launch, say, for argument's sake, with Android 10, and through the life cycle of the product, it'll transition through Android 11, all the way through to, you know, as the Android versions become available, Android update is then made available for the product to the extent of the chipset. Now, most of our products are designed on long-term Qualcomm chipsets, which provide at a minimum a Android version +3. So in other words, if you buy a product for Android 10, you're going to get 11, Android 12, Android 13, Android 14. But more importantly, what Lifeguard gives are security patches and updates. Now, Android as an operating system is constantly evolving. Google addresses bugs, security threats that occur, you know, as people try and hack into systems, and they resolve those issues, and they provide to the OEM manufacturers a pack which allows the OEM manufacturer to then provide a patch to their customers. Now, effectively, those patches are provided to the market is up to the OEM. And this is one of the key differentiators, if not the key differentiator between Zebra and many, many other products, is we have the most sophisticated support and patching solution called Lifeguard. Nobody else in the industry can match what we offer. With Lifeguard, when Google provides a patch, it's really more than 3 or 4 days before Zebra will have posted on our support webpage a Lifeguard update, which addresses the update or the patches that are supplied by Google. So we extend security support well beyond that of any device, never mind low-priced brands. In the low-cost brand space, you rarely see a manufacturer support patches and updates. They sell the product, you get the operating system that you get. You'd be lucky if you get a update every 6 months, maybe even not every 6 months. You can go to Zebra's tech support webpage and click on any one of these products that are presented in the in this deck this morning, and you will see a long list of patches and updates that are made available for the product, provided the customer has a service level agreement, whether it's a software only SLA or a hardware SLA. They have full access to those patches and updates. We provide the tools and mechanisms for a customer to load those updates, However, the customer stays in control and decides which devices get updated and when. We never push an update to an enterprise customer. We make it available and we make the tools available for him to deploy and implement those patches and updates. This is critical when you're selling into enterprise, the ability to support the customer and make sure that you can secure and lock down all threats that the customer is going to face to his network. So lastly, why you should consider Zebra. We're a recognized global leader. We're number one in mobile computing, in data capture, and in barcode printing. These are not our figures. These are market analysis figures from the likes of Gartner and VDC and a number of independent research houses. But we certainly enjoy global leadership in terms of market share in all of those segments. Upwards of 4,900 patents and constantly innovating what's next. So we're constantly evolving our products, looking at the next generation technology and building that technology into the product, very often into a family of products. So if a customer buys into a TC2 product range, as an example, we will refresh that product through its life cycle to enjoy technology refreshes and updates while still maintaining the accessory portfolio so that the customer doesn't have to rip and replace everything and go and buy all new cradles and all new accessories. We spend awful amount of dollars every year on R&D to keep our product sets up to date and to maintain our leadership. We typically spend at least 10% of our sales. And then we have 50 years of experience empowering the front line. We've been doing this for a long, long time, and have a deep domain knowledge of what's required in enterprise, which we bake into our product sets. So in a nutshell, the essential product range aim to be affordable for your customers and good for your business. As a reseller, you can be assured if you offer a Zebra essential product, it's fully backed by Zebra. We take care of all of the security risks, provide the software tools that allow you to support your customer. In many instances, allow you to help the customer through the software tools to add additional functionality to the product as their needs morph and grow over time, and fully backed by Zebra's technical support, our service level agreements, which are available through you to your customer, and provide you peace of mind in terms of being assured that if you offer an essential product from Zebra, it's not cheap, it's not compromised because we've built it to address a particular price point for a customer. We still retain all of the enterprise grade key features that are essential for a enterprise customer without compromising on the quality. That's the end of the session, folks. I hope it's been informative for you. Not sure if there are any questions from anybody.
Hi,
Don't see
Andrea.
anything in the chat at the moment.
I see there was a question from Kabwebwe.
Yeah, could you repeat? Your volume is very low. I'm struggling to hear you.
I'm so sorry. This is Monday. I
Hi.
see there was a question asked Oh, what did you say the setup program is called in the App Store? That's the
yeah, hang on, I'll give that to you now. It's called Printer Setup Utility here. So if you search for Zebra Technologies, it'll group all of the available tools that you can download off of the Play Store, and Printer Setup will be one of them. So if you install that on your phone, you'll then enjoy the ability to then interact with Zebra printers and allow technician to go out into the field and interact with the printer, set it up and configure it. Does that answer the question?
It wasn't my question. I was just reading it. So I hope
Okay.
Yeah, I hope Taffy was answered.
Okay. Any other questions? Doesn't look like it. Well, thanks everybody for spending the time, affording us the time to provide you information on our essential product range. I guess that's the end of the webinar. Enjoy the rest of the day and keep well.
Thanks
everybody.
Thank you.